Let me share something with you that no one else will tell you. It's not about being handsome, wealthy, or even highly intelligent. If you want a woman to truly be drawn to you, you first need to master control over yourself. Here's the hard truth. Most men are falling short in this area. Forget everything you've been taught about dating. It's not about pricey gifts or looking like the guy on the cover of a magazine. What really captivates women is your emotional resilience, your ability to remain calm, grounded, and unshakable. Trust me, if you don't get this aspect right, no amount of clever lines or confidence tricks will make a difference. In fact, they could even work against you. If you've ever felt ignored, rejected, or overlooked by women, it's likely because they sense something you haven't realized yet. Get control over yourself. That's the real reason they're walking away. But here's the good news. By mastering a few simple Stoic principles, you'll naturally draw her in without any effort. This isn't just another dating advice video, it's the hidden strategy to unlock her heart. And it all begins with you, not her. Not focusing on her desires, but on mastering your own mind, emotions, and how you present yourself to the world. Ready to finally succeed? Let's get into it. Here's the truth. Most men have been misled about what truly attracts women. Society tells you to chase them, shower them with gifts, compliments, or worse, pretend to be someone you're not. And then you're left wondering why she's not interested, why she's ghosting you, or why it never works out. Let me be blunt. You've been doing it all wrong. You've been taught to treat dating like a game, where your goal is to win her over. But here's the hard reality. The harder you try to win her, the more you lose yourself. And she can sense it. Women aren't drawn to the chase. They're drawn to authenticity. Women can tell when you're putting on a show, and the harder you try to impress her, the more distant she becomes. It's time to stop chasing and start attracting, and the only way to truly draw her in is by mastering yourself. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt fully in control of your emotions, your thoughts, your actions? If you're like most men, you're likely reacting to everything, her moods, her words, her tests. But what if I told you that the key to not only capturing her attention but holding on to it lies in mastering your inner world, becoming emotionally unshakable? This isn't some quick fix advice. It's a philosophy that's been around for thousands of years. Stoicism. And you might be wondering, what does an ancient philosophy have to do with dating? Everything. Stoicism isn't about bottling up your feelings or acting like you don't care. It's about mastering those emotions, staying composed and centered no matter what comes your way. When you stop reacting impulsively and remain steady in the face of challenges, that's when you truly become magnetic. That's when she starts paying attention, not to the guy who's constantly showing off or cracking jokes, but to the man who's grounded, secure in who he is, and doesn't rely on her validation. Picture this. Walking into any situation, whether it's a first date or a long-term relationship, with a calm confidence that makes her feel at ease. While other guys might be stumbling over their words, nervously trying to impress her or putting on a show, you're simply there, relaxed, not needing her approval, just fully present in the moment. That's real power, and it's what makes you stand out in her mind. Here's a truth that most people don't want to admit. Women don't want to be chased. They want to be drawn in. The moment you stop pursuing her and stop trying to prove yourself, everything shifts. She starts to feel something different. She becomes intrigued, curious, and most importantly, she begins to want you. Why? Because you're showing her something that 99% of other men can't. Self-assurance, inner strength, and the ability to be yourself without seeking validation. Self-mastery through Stoicism is the hidden key you never realized you needed. This isn't about using tricks or manipulation. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts, not by what he says or does, but by the strength of his character. Once you master this, everything shifts. You'll stop second-guessing your every move, stop trying so hard to impress, and instead, you'll become the man she chases. The best part? It's not complicated. Once you grasp these Stoic principles and integrate them into your life, it's not just your dating life that transforms. Everything does. Your relationships, your career, even how you view the world, all improve. So, if you're ready to become the man who effortlessly draws attention without ever needing to seek it, Let's dive in. Now that you grasp the power of Stoicism, let's dive into one of the most overlooked aspects of attraction: your words. Most guys think they need to come up with clever lines or witty remarks to catch a woman's attention, but that's completely off the mark. It's not about being the funniest or the most charming. It's about speaking with intention, saying things that resonate on a deeper level. Let me explain. Women are constantly bombarded with surface-level compliments like "you're beautiful" or "you're so hot." These compliments barely register anymore because she's heard them countless times. They don't stand out. What does stand out? Genuine compliments. Ones that acknowledge who she is as a person, not just how she looks. Here's the first step. Start using her name. It might seem simple, but it instantly makes your words more personal and meaningful. From there, focus on appreciating qualities that go beyond her appearance. That's how you connect in a way most men don't. This may seem like a small thing, but believe me, it's one of the most effective techniques you can use. When you say her name in conversation, it activates something in her brain that makes her feel noticed, special, and valued. However, don't overdo it. Using her name in every sentence can feel unnatural. Instead, be intentional and drop it in during key moments, like when you're offering a sincere compliment. It will make her feel like she's the center of your attention. Next, give compliments that no one else does. Most guys stick to the obvious, her looks, because it's easy. But if you want to stand out, compliment her intellect, her character, her uniqueness. For instance, if she shares a story about something she's passionate about, don't just smile and nod. Show her you're truly engaged. Say something like, "I really admire how passionate you are about this. It's rare to find someone who thinks so deeply." Compliments like that will hit differently because they acknowledge the qualities that make her who she is, not just how she looks. This kind of compliment goes beyond flattery. It makes her feel genuinely seen, and that's what she's truly seeking. Women don't just want to feel special in a shallow, surface-level way. They want to know you recognize them for who they are beneath the exterior. Most guys miss this completely. They're too focused on trying to impress her with jokes or stories about themselves. But you're different. You're showing her that you see her in a way no one else does. Now, for step 3. Practice gratitude. It's something many overlook, but it holds incredible power. Women notice when you appreciate the small things they do. If she goes out of her way to be thoughtful, don't just shrug it off. Acknowledge it. A simple, heartfelt thank you can make a huge impact. But don't just say it. Truly mean it. When you show genuine appreciation, she feels valued, and in a world where most guys tend to overlook her efforts, this sets you apart. It's a subtle but powerful way to build a deeper connection. Here's a game changer. Stop over-apologizing. I see this all the time. Guys constantly saying sorry for things they didn't even do wrong, just to avoid conflict or smooth things over. Let me tell you, over-apologizing doesn't help. It weakens your image. Women respect men who stand by their words and take responsibility for their actions. So apologize when it's truly warranted, but never apologize for simply being yourself. Now let's talk about something deeper. Actions rooted in Stoicism. Words matter, but they're only part of the picture. Your actions speak louder, and if they don't align with what you say, nothing else will matter. This is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. It teaches you that your actions should be intentional, steady, and built on a foundation of inner calm and confidence. Let's look at a practical example: mastering your body language. This might sound basic, but it's a common area where many guys stumble. The way you carry yourself communicates a lot about your confidence and mindset before you even open your mouth. You're constantly sending signals, even when you're not aware of it. If you're fidgeting, shifting around, or avoiding eye contact, you're broadcasting uncertainty and nervousness. And if you're not confident in yourself, why should she be? The first step is to settle your body. Stand tall, plant your feet firmly, and let your shoulders relax. Your goal is to project calm confidence, not tension. Eye contact is another critical area. Many guys either avoid it because they're nervous, or they go too far and end up making things awkward. The Stoic approach is about balance. Hold her gaze for a few seconds, enough to show you're engaged, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable. When you master this, it creates a strong connection without any words. Next, move with intention. Think about the last time you walked into a room. Did you rush in, head down, scanning nervously? If so, you're not alone. Most guys do this without realizing it, but here's the key. When you move quickly and without purpose, you come across as anxious or unsure. Slow down, walk with deliberate steps, and carry yourself with purpose. This simple shift in your body language can make a world of difference in how you're perceived. You're conveying a message of uncertainty when you rush around. Confident men move with a sense of purpose. Each step they take is intentional, reflecting that they are in control of their surroundings. There's no need to hurry, because they know they belong wherever they are. Women notice this. They can see how you move and how you carry yourself. When you walk with intention, it signals strength and self-assurance, making you the kind of guy who isn't easily shaken by his environment. And that's incredibly appealing. Now, let's move on to action 3. Small gestures with a big impact. Forget the notion that you need to pull off grand romantic displays to win her heart. The reality is, it's often the little things that make the most difference. I'm not referring to typical gifts like flowers or chocolates. I mean showing genuine interest and attentiveness. For instance, if she mentions something important to her, make a note of it. This type of thoughtfulness speaks volumes about your investment in her and your connection. If she mentioned her favorite author a few weeks ago, surprise her with a book by that author. Or if she opened up about a personal challenge she's dealing with, follow up with her about it. These small gestures demonstrate that you're genuinely engaged, that you listen, and that you care about her on a deeper level. Stop feeling like you need to be the entertainer. Many guys think they have to keep women amused with jokes and stories, but here's the truth. Women aren't looking for a clown. They want a man who listens. Instead of trying to be the life of the party, focus on being the person who is fully present, who speaks less and listens more. Trust me, that's far more attractive than just being the funny guy. Now let's discuss applying Stoicism in modern relationships, particularly how to handle situations when things don't go as planned. Sometimes, a date might not unfold as smoothly as you envisioned, or perhaps she seems less engaged than you'd hoped. When she begins to pull away and you're unsure why, many guys might panic in these moments, but not you. You remain steady and composed. You don't allow external situations to disrupt your inner calm. Scenario 1. The date is going poorly. Perhaps the conversation is awkward, or maybe the restaurant messed up your order. Many guys would rush to fix everything, striving for a flawless evening. But a Stoic man doesn't need everything to be perfect. He remains calm, relaxed, and unfazed by minor hiccups. He understands that it's not the circumstances that matter, but how he responds to them. When she notices that you're unflustered by the little things, she will feel more at ease and comfortable with you. Scenario 2. She starts to pull away. This can be challenging, and it's a moment where most guys make mistakes. When a woman begins to distance herself, many men go into panic mode, bombarding her with texts and calls, trying to regain her attention, trying to pinpoint what went wrong. However, here's the reality. This is exactly what tends to push her further away. A Stoic man recognizes that he can't control her choices. He can only manage his own reactions. Instead of pursuing her, he takes a step back and allows her some space. In that space, she begins to see that you're not like other guys. You're not desperate for her attention. That's when she starts to feel drawn back to you. Now, this may seem counterintuitive, but it truly works. Women are attracted to men who don't seem overly reliant on them. When you demonstrate that you're not afraid of losing her and that you're confident in yourself, it shifts the entire dynamic. Suddenly, she finds herself wanting to chase after you. Be authentic. Ultimately, none of this matters if you're not being true to yourself. You've heard this before, but let me explain it in a way that resonates. Being true to yourself doesn't equate to being lazy or settling for mediocrity. It doesn't mean rejecting growth or improvement. Rather, it involves embracing who you are, flaws and all, and presenting that authentic self in every situation. Stop trying to mold yourself into the person you think she wants. Instead, strive to be the best version of yourself. Trust that the right woman will be naturally attracted to that. When you gain mastery over yourself, you'll find that you no longer chase after women or seek their validation. Instead, you concentrate on living a life filled with purpose, intention, and strength. When you do this, something remarkable happens. Women begin to pursue you, not because of your words or actions, but because of the essence of who you are. So here's the key takeaway. Stop chasing after women, stop trying to impress them, and stop playing games. Instead, work on becoming the kind of man who effortlessly draws others in. He achieves everything he desires by first mastering himself. Become the steady presence in turbulent times, the solid foundation that others can rely on, and observe as your life, along with your relationships and career, begins to shift dramatically. You now hold the keys to unlock her heart. It's not about flashy tricks or corny pickup lines. It's about self-mastery. Take what you've learned, put it into practice, and witness the transformation unfold. If you're ready to dive even deeper, subscribe now, and let's continue crafting the life and relationships you truly deserve.